Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now on the Weld Like Bazza podcast, please welcome the one and only Bazza.
I want to know how at 27 you got into welding.
So I was...
Because you're a Castleford bird, right?
Yes, Castlas. Whether that be good or bad, yes, Castlas it is. All the way very proud. But no, so it all started when I was halfway through my A-levels. So I'd done my first year of my A-levels.
Yep.
I'd gone to start my second year and I thought, can I swear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, fuck that. Like, what the hell am I going to be doing? I was literally doing art, IT, and photography. And sorry to the people that do that, but like, I wasn't going to go anywhere with that, in my opinion, or nowhere I wanted to go anyway.
And where did you think you wanted to go at that age?
At that point, genuinely.
So you're 16?
Yeah. And honest to God, didn't have a clue. Like, I was just one of the ones. I knew I didn't want to go to university. That was the one thing I did know. I didn't want to go to university. Right. School was fine. School was school. Same as any kid, you don't always want to go. And there was a couple of things that did interest me, the creative things.
Photography.
Yeah. I loved art class and everything. All my mates are there too, so that's half of it. But yeah, I didn't actually at that point think, oh, I could go into this job or this job. I was kind of just stuck being, I want it to be something creative. I don't want it to be something sat in an office. I want to be moving.
Okay.
So I ended up in the first week or the second week of starting my second year of A-levels, I stood up out of my art class and was just like, right, I'm done with this. I'm leaving. I'm walking out because I cannot do this any longer.
What were you doing? Like some abstract piece of artwork?
God knows. I can't even remember what we were doing.
Well, there's somebody posing with a big bunch of grapes right in front.
No, God.
Real life drawing.
Oh no, it would have been like a stick figure at that point or something shit like that.
Stickman.
Yeah, something shit like that. But no, so I literally just stood up and I was like, right, I can't go on just doing this. I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing myself, so I need to go find something. And luckily at the time, my mother was the head of HR at Selby College. So she knows what I'm like. So I rung her and I said, right, I'm going to come to the college. We need to figure out something. I can go and do and look at different courses and options that high school doesn't have available.
Okay. I've been to Selby College.
Yeah, there you go. So that says it enough. So turned up to Selby College and there was a lady basically in charge of like all the different courses and helping people decide and like what to do, where to go, and kind of to give people encouragement of options that was available. So my mum's got me to the point where I'm sat with her and I'm literally like, right, I want to do something where like I'm stood up and I'm moving. I want to do something like partially active. I don't want to be sat down at a desk all day or whatever. And she threw obviously the classic options of like, do you want to style somebody's hair? Do you want to do somebody's nails? And I was like, nope, absolutely not. That's just not the kind of person I am. As much as I love getting it done, I don't want to be doing it myself. And then she literally turned around and said, well, there's engineering courses. Now, my dad, like being an engineer in the past and like changed jobs but always been around that kind of thing. My granddad, very, very like active for many years, like in the garden, building stuff, loved like woodworking, all that kind of thing.
Yeah. So
she offered the engineering option and there was a course, it was mechanical engineering. So it was like lathe work, machining, and then stick welding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'm going to try that. I obviously got the classic, you might be the only girl. And I was literally like...
Really? Did they actually say that?
Yeah. Straight up, they were like, oh, you might be the only girl. Are you prepared for that? And I was like, yeah, look, I've not got a problem with that at all. But I want to try that. That's what I want to do.
Was it Colin at that point in workshops? Shortish guy, gingerish hair, glasses.
So
told everybody that he welded on Humber Bridge.
Yes.
Oh,
so Colin was there for a little bit.
Yeah.
My tutor at the time was Steve Cook.
Tallish guy.
Yeah. Tanned.
Darkish hair.
Yeah, beard. Wait, no, he didn't have much hair, but beard, white beard.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He didn't have much hair, but he had a beard.
Yeah.
And when you asked him about like his capabilities in welding, he genuinely told you, I was just best one. where I worked.
Well, to be fair, Steve was always one of them where he was like, I'm not as good as I used to be. But I think he'd been good at one point. And to be fair, he was a brilliant teacher. I think if you quickly asked him to do a 6G, it'd probably the man would need 10 minutes to get the setup smooth. But when it came to actually just being a teacher and being a tutor, that man was absolutely brilliant.
Looking after people, getting them involved.
He was, when I first started, like, holding a grinder made me nervous, and like just because I'd never done that kind of like thing. I'd use power tools at home, like drills and things with my dad, doing stuff in the garage, whatever, but I'd never used something like that, so I found that quite daunting. And he was literally, he was brilliant with Steve. I absolutely loved the man. So
that was the inspiration to focus a little bit more on the welding, Steve.
Yeah, definitely. I remember doing a stick weld. I had loads of, you have all your safety lessons and all your other fun shit that comes with it.
It's only a small college.
Yeah.
There's only like...
I think there's only 17 bays, maybe a bit less.
I think there's only 10 down one side. Yep. There's a few down the other side. There's a gap way, which is an exit out at corridor.
Yep, and then you've got the grinding.
There's a few more little bays, and that's it. It's tiny. Yeah,
that's it. So it was literally, when you go through them double doors, second bay on your right-hand side on this wall, up against the wall with the lockers, in that bay... We all do it, all lads are all getting ready to do it, like our first proper stick weld runs. And I've done a run, and Steve's popped his head through curtain, and he was like, do it again. I'm like, all right, okay, yeah, do it again. So I've done the run again. And he looked at me and he was like, do you understand that you've done pretty well yesterday, that's your first two, you've just knocked it out of the park? And I was like, oh, okay, this is exciting, something's happening. And then all of a sudden he went, you understand you can get paid to do that every day? And for me, that was I can.
Right.
I like this.
So you were there for 2 years or 3 years? Or did you leave there really early as well?
No. I stayed there. I did a whole
week.
Imagine. Yeah, I did that level 2. So I did my mechanical engineering level 2, and then I did a separate welding level 2 there as part of my apprenticeship. So I did a full year at college, and then I did another year on an apprenticeship there.
And then where did you go?
And then I went to Wakefield College to do my level 3.
Level 3 at Wakey College?
Yeah.
And then
at the Castleford campus, but yeah.
And where did you go work?
So I was originally working at a company called Relentless Engineering.
Okay.
At the time, they were originally based in Ferrybridge, moved over to Wetherby a couple months after I started. So a couple of lads who we worked there, like my manager, lived around the corner from me. So they used to take me up and down at that point because I didn't have a license.
What did you start doing when you worked there for them daily jobs? First job, what were you doing?
But honestly, plows. So like so they're for like horse arenas.
Yeah.
Literally the plows. Yeah. We used to make loads of those, or at least it felt like loads looking back. But that was like one of the first things you had to learn. So most of it all MIG weld. Well, literally all of it MIG welded.
Yeah.
I had to do little bits of like stick welding on site when I'd finally got my codings.
Right. So you got coded? You got coded properly?
Yeah. I had multiple codings at that point through like just stick and MIG ones, like your basic starters. And I got all of those at that point in my level 2. And my boss had paid, I believe at the time, for a couple of extras as well in regards to what we were doing at work.
Okay.
So yeah, that was that. And then these horrible things called printer frames. And Darren, if you listen, the printer frames were the worst thing ever. And he still knows.
Did you hear the depth?
Yes.
Printer frames.
Yeah. And anyone who knows me that watched me make those printer frames knows exactly what I mean by that.
Tell everybody about a printer frame. Come on.
It's literally an A-frame, 2 bars across, 1 bar central to another A-frame. And they were made of like 2 mil wall box carbon. We had to TIG weld them up, and they were literally the worst things ever. You get in, like you had like 15 clamps on it. You had packers squaring it out, reheating, because it would just bend, warp, twist.
The minute you looked at it.
Yeah. And I can't count the amount I threw across the room. And
into the scrap bin?
Oh, no, just into the middle of the floor in the way. Like, just absolutely launch it because, it's not square, fine, bam, straight down. Yeah, they haunt my dreams. Those A-frames haunt my dreams.
But a really, really good insight into how easy a job sometimes isn't.
Yes. So even though looking at it, giving you a drawing, you'd be like, Yasmin, piece of piss. And you know what? Me looking at that drawing, I'd agree with you. Doing the thing, it was like, I remember when I was doing like my more advanced stuff in college, and at that point I'd got more codings, and I'd been trained to do like all the I-beams, everything like this. So we were doing a lot of site welding.
Cool.
And TIG and everything like this. And yeah, I'd be doing like pipe work. I'd be welding up stainless steel pipes like underneath a half-built brewery. Yep. But yeah, I can't put together this fucking A-frame. It would drive me insane. And yeah, like I say now, look, you can tell you feel the trauma coming back.
Not just the trauma, but the anxiety is going to, I think, haunt you all weekend. That tequila's coming out tonight for sure.
Oh, God, yeah. Honestly, they were the worst. But it was good.
I think if we take it back now, how old are you at that point doing, like you say, pipe work in breweries, but also A-frames?
So I'll have been about 19, 20 at that time.
Still young.
Yeah.
In a very male-orientated industry.
Yeah, true. But
and how did you fit in? Because I hear so many that it is a very male-dominated industry.
Yes.
And there's certain people that can cut it very easily because of the personality and how they fit in, how they are.
Yeah.
But there's also people in industry that would be giving it like, oh, it's such a sexist industry and it's so male dominated and so how do you find it?
So it is massively male dominated. Like people can't say, oh, it's not. It is changing and you can see it changing. However, my view, I feel like, can be quite different to sometimes other women in the industry because as much as every woman in the industry's got like a shit story of a time where a man said something or done something, for me, I was well accepted by the people that I first ever worked for.
But do you think that is down to you?
No, I think it's maybe because I'd just shout at them right back. But at the same time, I think they were really accepting of me as well. Like they'd never worked with a woman before.
Okay.
So it wasn't only just new for me, it was brand new for them.
Good point.
You know.
And completely accepted.
Yeah, I think that's what people often forget. Like,
we're not talking about it being 1985, are we?
No, but it's one of those things where I used to call it, I've watched the men in their natural habitats. You know, I've seen them.
And here we have.
Yeah, yes, get at him, bruh. But I've seen them, and it's one of those things where. But it's the same when women are all together. Women can just be as bad, even worse. It's just one of those things where the things you're worse about, the topics are just different.
Right. Okay.
That's what it is. And if you plucked a man off site and put him in the middle of a nail shop, he'd probably be like,
wouldn't say a word.
Well, yeah, there's honest, that. Yeah, probably like, not.
Fucking do it here.
Yeah. But it'd also be one of those where it'd be like, this is crazy, all the shit they're talking about.
What are they fucking talking about?
Oh, just absolutely, probably who's shagging whose husband down the road, you know, something like that, some shit like that. But yeah, it's one of them. I think they were really accepting of me, and they got used to what it was like working with a woman, as well as me getting comfortable and used to working just with a big bunch of blokes.
And you fitted in. You slipped straight in, got on with it. You enjoyed it.
I was young at that time, and to like fall straight into that, getting completely comfortable in this environment, it took some time. It takes time for them to get used to you, for you to get used to it. It is like putting two new animals together sometimes. And
also, I just want to point out that going from Leeds City Centre to somewhere like Manchester City Centre, then going to Ferrybridge.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference in people's perceptions.
Yeah. And this is it. I think quite often people don't, as well, there's that awkward thing that people sometimes don't want to toe the line or go too far over the line, so they'll tend to hold back instead. So you'll often see women that won't go to like have proper conversations with the lads they work with, because they don't want them to then take it too far. And you see it with men as well. They're like, oh, I don't want to talk to her in case I say something wrong. Or
it's taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then you got to explain yourself.
Yeah. And you like kind of as you pointed towards being a woman, you've got to have that thing to say, I am as good as you. I am 100%. go fuck yourself. I'm going to show you.
Well said.
Yeah, well, that's it. Like, I was luckily taught by all the lads at Relentless that, like, if you don't put yourself forward, especially as a female in the industry, if you don't put yourself forward and make yourself known that you are comfortably at the same level as all these blokes that you're working with, then you're never going to easily survive. Like,
What chance have you got?
Yeah, and it's the same as well. Like, you've got to be able to take the banter sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I've always found that everyone has their own line. So they kind of decide what's too far for them as a person.
Right.
Like one of my close friends, his dad's died a few years ago, and he's always happy to have a laugh about it. But there's not everybody in that world that's like that.
They can have a laugh about that situation.
Yeah, and it's like a similar thing. So I always think it's one of those where they were always really like, they would try the line, see if it would go too far, or if they thought that anything was said too much, they would immediately have been like, I'm sorry, Yasmin, I shouldn't have gone that far, or they kind of knew where to sit with it. And you've got to be able to have that banter, because let's be real, all the lads, or at least a lot of the men in the industry, half the time they're calling each other cunts. You know, so like, if you can't get involved with that kind of banter sometimes,
how are you going to fit in?
Yeah, not even necessarily fit in, but just be able to work alongside your team or your co-worker or whoever it may be, boss, I don't know.
So you did a really good job then of getting on with it.
They'll probably watch this and get absolute bollocks, but
have you heard what she's saying?
Yeah, absolute shite, Jack. I'm sorry. No, I think. Do you know what? I think it was once they realised I had a bit of bite. We seem to all get on really well, and I still speak to them, most of them now to this
That's
day. Cool. I really do. Like,
have you sold them loads of GYS stuff?
Not yet. Buy some GYS stuff, Jack. Help me out.
So where did you go from then? Because I don't want to jump straight into where you are now.
Yeah.
So Relentless, where did that go from being Relentless?
Yeah.
Where did you go from there?
So after leaving Relentless, I went to Ginetta Cars.
Right, awesome.
Yeah, it was great, to be honest. It was great. I loved it. I felt like I decided with Ginetta that I wanted to, instead of doing constantly mixing processes, I wanted to refine one a bit more. So naturally, TIG was the one I wanted to do.
Focus on TIG.
Yeah, that was the one. Plus as well, that was the one.
For people that might not know, Ginetta is a supercar racing car company, right?
Yeah, so they have their own races, everything. They make all their own cars. Yeah, they're a serious company.
And they're not far from us, really, are they?
They're only Garforth.
Yeah, retrospect.
Yeah. So no, not far. At the time, I was living in Sherburn Nelmet.
Yeah, cool.
So they weren't far from me at all.
Okay.
No, that was. I really enjoyed Ginetta. The people were great as well.
So, what were your first job at Ginetta?
So, well, to be fair, that was solely TIG welding.
Yeah.
So it was literally, I think my first ever job I had there. I think it was if it wasn't an anti-roll bar, it was like, basically you have the box sections and you have to welding all the threads, all the bolts coming out. For the main chassis parts.
Yeah, sure.
So like I'd started off doing the little bits like that because they tend to build you up naturally. So you know at a competent level. So I'd started on those. I don't think I was on those for too long, to be fair, at all. And then I ended up moving up straight into like wishbones. So I did what felt like thousands of wishbones. The other lads that worked there, they'll have done millions. A
little bit like the printer frames, right?
Oh, no. Thankfully, way better than the printer frames. No, so it's the way that they've got it. A lot of it's prepped for you. So the point of Ginetta is you've got a high arc on time. So constant production, great flow. Things were kind of ready and there for you. So it was literally, you could get things one by one out the door. To be fair, it was efficient. The way they'd done it was really efficient.
Did you see that as a job application? Did somebody tell you about that job? Or were you looking for a change at that point?
I was in the mix of looking for a change, and at the same time, someone I knew was working there as well.
Okay.
So someone I knew was working there at the time, and they'd said, look, why don't you actually have a look at it? I think the main welder would like to like meet you, or at least have an interview about it, or have a bit of a discussion to see if you'd be interested. So I was like, look, here's my CV. Let them know if they're interested. Let's obviously have a conversation.
Still about 19 at this point, 20?
Done too many things in my life. I must have been. Like, do you know what? Time just flies. I don't remember how. I must have been 22, 23.
When you went to Ginetta?
Yes, definitely, because 22, at least, 23 I'm going to say, because I did World Skills when I was 21. So I literally had to break my life down into like random points so I can remember when I was doing what at what age, because so many people ask me, and as horrible as it is, I don't have a clue.
World Skills at 21?
Yeah, with other people that are the same age. So that's not too much of a big deal in that respect at all.
And how did you do?
I didn't come first, second or third, but I was happy to be in top 10 national finalist.
Took part?
Yeah. Ooh, participation trophy.
Did well.
Do you know what? I'll take it, because the people who I did my year with were incredible welders. Honestly, everyone that was involved, to be fair, I remember walking in thinking, Jesus Christ, like...
What am I against here?
At this point, I was at Relentless, which was like a unit, honestly, just a little bit bigger than yours.
Yeah.
And there were like loads of us in it, massive, honestly, not looking very similar.
Right, yeah. We're a bit busy at minute. We are a bit busy at minute. It looks good from this angle. It does. I'm not turning camera around.
Don't. But some of these people were from like Nuclear, Babcock's, Yep. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, like you people are like serious welders.
Yeah.
At that point, I didn't feel as serious about it all. I knew it was a big deal, but I was kind of like, this is a bit much.
Did you get put forward for that? Was that from college when you did Weld Skills?
Yeah, so my tutor, Trevor, I've been lucky that all my tutors have been absolutely fabulous. And Trevor is brilliant. And the World Skills thing came up and he was like, right, everyone's got the option to do it if they want, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yep, great. Finished lesson, pulled me to one side. He was like, yeah, you're the only one without an option, Yasmin. You're doing it. And I was like... Why do you think that was? Why was that? Because honestly, that man was like my biggest advocate. He really was. And all he used to ever say was like, you're going to succeed. I want you to succeed. So we're going to do everything we can to make you succeed, whether you like it or not. Because I'm one of those where I am the kind of person that sometimes does need pushing off the cliff. Would take the path of least resistance if given that option. Yes, every time. I've got a 17-year-old lad like that. I want an easy life. I want an easy life. So yeah. Okay. So you got pushed into that. He was like, we're not letting you turn this opportunity down. Yeah. He wanted me to do it. And to be fair, when it comes to welding, I'm always down for a bit of a challenge, because like with welding, you can always grow and like learn more. It's not one of the things where you can ever learn it all, is it? You don't get to the top of the pyramid and then just carry on at that level forever, do you? There's always something new to evolve to. Exactly. So at that point, I was like, at that point, I had zero faith I was going to get in or go anywhere with it. Really? Okay. At the time, I was like, I'm going to do the components for the sake of it's really good to learn how to do a 6G and all these other things that they get you doing. That you might not have done at Relentless, I guess. Yeah, definitely not. Not like proper 6G stick, like route past the whole works, like not on carbon anyway. So I'd literally, a lot of that was kind of new to me, especially on the thicker material. So I was really keen to have a go. So I was like, don't matter even if I don't get through, because I've still got to have a play with all these bits and do all this. Fantastic learning curve. Yeah. Great opportunity. Yeah. And then I literally got a call like however long it was later, and they were like, yeah, it's me in the top 10 national finals. And I were like, you're taking piss. Somebody's fucking winding me up. Yeah, someone's literally winding me up right now. But no, funnily enough, it was not a wind up. It was genuinely serious. And I was like, now I've got to drive to Bazza, Wales. And I think it's just a really good opportunity, but also it gives you a really good insight into, number one, the skill set that's already out there as well. And it also gives you confidence in probably your own skill set. You probably realise that you could do stuff that you would never have thought that you could do before that opportunity. Oh my God, yeah. I think I look back and I think the amount of stuff where my boss would be like, Yasmin, do this. And I'm like, I've not really done that before. I'm not too sure.
Imagine if you'd have taken the path of least resistance.
Oh, do you know what? I don't even, someone said to me like last week, they were like, oh, where would you be if you hadn't have done this and that and this and that? And I'm like, honest to God, I don't know. Because I'm not one of those, I feel like I couldn't imagine it any other way. But also this is why, to the same extent, like I can't thank my tutors, the ones that did push me to like, Yasmin, you can earn money making that. Yasmin, you are going to do this because it's going to be worth it for you in the end. Obviously, back then you're a kid, you don't really think, or you're young, and you think, whatever, okay. But then when it actually turns into something, and like for me, when I do like the world skills, like advocate stuff, I literally always say to everyone I speak to, like, I'm not even in the top 3, and it's still, like, to some extent, I could say it still kind of changed my life, just being involved.
Amazing.
That's the thing that took me probably a few years to truly grasp that how much effect doing world skills had.
How much effect did doing world skills
Well,
have?
it got me my next job.
Right.
It was I know it will have been a big contributor to
having that on the CV.
Yeah.
Definitely helps.
Yeah, having that on CV, having the marketing side of it as well. Like they still share a picture of me grinding out my 6G, ready for my next pass. And I've got like my glasses on. I've got, for those of you who don't know, I got blonde hair.
At that point.
Yeah, I've got the blonde hair at that point.
So this is natural though. It comes out two-tone normally, right?
Yeah. Birth this way. So yeah, I got the blonde hair, the glasses on. And even like my coworkers recently were like, oh my God, that's you. And I'm like, yeah, that's when I was like 21, literally doing this kind of thing. But it's nice to see that they still even share that. And
yeah, definitely.
And the stuff that I got off the back of it, like you say, like my job and just the kind of natural publicity, even though as much as a few people know my face, I'm not great with that kind of stuff.
So we did well, and then we went to Ginetta.
Yeah.
And how long were we at Ginetta?
I honestly, probably in the grand total of it, not that long, maybe just a bit shorter than 18 months.
Which isn't long, is it?
No, not at all.
You've stepped in, got your first new pair of boots, not even broke your second pair of boots in, and you're leaving.
Yeah. Yes.
Why?
At Ginetta, it's a lot of repetitive work and everything. So it's very like you're doing the same products quite often, every day, in, out. I was only maybe like 4 or 5 products off being able to do the whole lot. There was still ones that I was still getting comfortable with and doing, still ones that I'd not tried yet, like different components. Because you've got to be at certain skill levels in order to do certain parts of the vehicle to ensure that it's exactly going to be as it needs to be.
Okay.
So I was probably about like 4 or 5 parts away, I feel like, from completing the set, shall we say.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And for me, like, as much as I love Ginetta, the people, like, the whole business was great, I kind of thought, oh my God, I've been here like just short of 18 months and I've almost kind of not completed it, but like kind of feel like I'm on the edge of completing it. And that sounds, I want my head to shrink on the video footage, thanks for that, because that to me was just kind of the moment of realization of that's it.
It's not like the build a different car where you're going to have to learn new parts every single year, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be that forever.
Yeah, to a degree. And for me, as much, like I say, I loved it, it was one of those where I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to comfortably settle into this, like
just
to the point
doing
where
this
just zone
forever.
out, do it, that's it, carry on, next one.
We used to do work at a company that employed lots of ladies, but it was generational. So it were like grandma, daughter,
oh my God,
mum, auntie.
Yeah.
It was generational, and it was all TIG welding. It was all millisync wave AC/DCs, but only running on DC. And it was like old Safner inox, 270s. Like it was all, and all they were doing is doing specialist stuff for gas board and stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
But it were like, for them, they were never going to learn anything new, and that in most cases they've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
You know, and
so it's done perfectly, probably.
done perfectly. But that's all. They weren't bothered about learning anything new, and there was never really anything new going to come in.
Yeah.
And a lot of those products became automated quite easily later on.
This is the thing as well.
You know, I think, and that was due to repeatability and high volumes.
Yeah. I mean, for Ginetta, it's still bespoke to the level of like, they originally, before I started, I can't remember how many cars they were making, but it was less than 100 a year. And then after COVID and when I joined, they were literally nearly doubled that. Mix of COVID probably and like just their complete boost and everything.
Right, okay.
Because I remember they had loads of car body guys and they were all the builders on the build line.
Okay.
They'd all had their own like bays, building everything up. Like I say, it was a lovely company, but I just didn't necessarily see a massive future for me there. I just kind of knew I wanted more.
So where did we go?
Lincoln Electric.
And how did we get to Lincoln? From Ginetta, which is a super sports car producer, to Lincoln. Like the one of the biggest well-known names in the world when it comes to welding equipment.
Yeah, it feels crazy. So
it is crazy. And it's not just it feels crazy. Like you've done 2 other jobs and you've been to college.
Yeah.
And we're at Lincoln. Like it's not just it feels crazy. People would give a right arm for that opportunity.
Yeah, I believe that. So I, at the time, was doing like a really small Instagram page, like around my welding. So like...
Any helmet unboxings?
Later on at one point, yes.
Okay.
But not that level though. But no, so... Right. Get yourself together. So I was using like a little Lincoln machine at the time, and obviously I'd done the skill weld, so that had all been like Lincoln equipment as well. Yeah,
you were using a Lincoln, or you had your own Lincoln?
No, I was using a Lincoln machine at Ginetta.
Oh, so what was that? Was that a little 300?
No, it was a little 220.
220?
It was it was one of the little old, God, I can't even remember what it was now.
Analog pots on that one.
Yeah,
it wasn't even encoders.
No.
Little display, 3-digit display.
Yep. And my fan didn't work, so I had a fan at the back of it.
And when they did, they used to rattle a little bit, them fans.
Yeah, exactly. That's why my fan didn't work, and I had a fan at the back of it. little fan a lad had fitted for me at the back.
They were great little machines, those.
Oh, they were brilliant. I couldn't say a bad word about it. As much as the fan didn't work, I wasn't even bothered.
So what were you running torch-wise? Did you have a water-cooled torch, or did you just have an air-cooled torch?
Air-cooled torch. I remember there was only... No, was there one lad with a water-cooled unit? No, even he had the Square Wave 300 for the aluminium, for the thicker stuff. Yeah, because we always had to do it on his bench as well, normally. Because you all had your own like individual bay there.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, I was using that little Lincoln. I'd been doing like the Instagram stuff and just posting videos like tagging Lincoln because I'm using their machines, stuff like this.
Send me some up for free.
Please. To be fair, I was lucky. I got a helmet, which I was buzzing about.
Nice. Have you seen mine? Seen my new helmet?
I know. Mine wasn't gold.
Ah, well.
I know. You can only go so far.
What else did you get free?
I'd been sent like just like gloves. I think I'd been sent some gloves.
G-clamps. Get any G-clamps? You know,
no, I probably used to steal them from lads at work. Like, no.
Tea leaf.
But no, so I'd got that mask from them, and one day, randomly, one of the main managers there had messaged me saying, look, can I get into contact with you? Like, we've basically got a job position open, and would you like to consider it?
What was the job position?
Welding demonstrator.
Right, okay.
So I was like, right, don't reply in 0.3 seconds or scream. Just one of those moments like deep breath. Because I was just literally like, I don't know. At first, is this real? Am I being scammed? Because if that's a scam on me, that was the perfect scam for me. I honestly did not think it was real straight away. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm not going to reply. It's going to make him think that I've got better options.
It wasn't even that. It was more
I'll just swipe.
It was more like, don't be a psychotic bitch, and 0.3 seconds. So no, I was like, look, yes, I'd like to definitely consider it. Yes, I want to have a look at it, but obviously I'm not one of these like, yes, please accept me now. It was more like, yeah, let's have a talk about it. What's happening?
Cool.
So had my talk, had the interview and everything. Obviously, it must have gone well to the point I got the job.
Nice. At what age is this? Because there's people who don't really get to super. I kind of class these kind of opportunities as those superstar moments, which it is. Like it is like 2 jobs, 2 welding jobs, an apprenticeship, weld skills once, Lincoln Electric.
Yeah.
For the sound effects, they're not sound effects. There's actually
yeah.
somebody knocking hell out of an Austin Healey next door. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. But anyway, that's pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask a question.
Oh, I don't take compliments well.
I'm going to ask a question though, and I'd like a super honest answer. If you'd have been a guy who went to the gym 5 days a week, wore tight t-shirts, used a Lincoln Electric machine, do you think he'd have got the phone call?
Maybe not. No, probably not. I think this is where diversity and me have fun.
I just think it's a really good question because
it is a good question. It is,
and I don't think I've never heard it being asked.
No, other people aren't going to ask that. No, it's one of those where I think, let's be real. Yes, it does play a massive part because if you actually look at, like you say, my life prior to that on paper, yeah, skill weld, great. But everything else, as much as I had experience a wide array of industries in my first job, doing like different jobs, then I was a welder fabricator as well. So I was doing a lot of fabrication with it. So I hadn't been like the lads on like nuclear sites or all these kind of different places like Rolls-Royce, Babcock's, all these kind of where everything is really high integrity, high intensity, and been offered this opportunity.
Also, if you'd have been a guy who lived next door to a sunbed shop, went there 3 times a week, trained at gym 5 nights a week, had great big arms, had a little Lincoln welder, you'd be like a lot of other welders and guys at that same time, wouldn't you? Because you got the older generation, Dave and John, and Bob, and you've got all the younger generation where I take piss out of Callum, who used to work at EWM, like a Geordie Shore boy. You know, him and Johnny are like Geordie Shore of the welding industry.
Love that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Picturesque. I think you could phone Callum every single Friday morning at 9 o'clock. He'd be in Barbers. Do you know what I mean?
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Respect.
He'd be getting his hair dyed week after. Do you know what I mean? But there's loads of them. There's only one, Yasmin.
Yeah, I guess that, yeah, maybe. I don't know because, yeah. I don't want to say yeah because I want to be like, I try my hardest to fight for women. Some days it's hard. But no, I think it's one of those where you naturally, I don't want to say outstanding because outstanding is not the correct. You're naturally the outlier. You're the other one. So in the crowd, someone's naturally always going to be drawn to you, whether, and no one shoot me, but whether you're the only black person in the room, the only Asian in the room, the only female, the only male in the room, that individual is always going to be the one that's quite often looked at in a group of people that are in the same diversity category.
Right.
Politically speaking.
But it didn't end there, did it?
No.
How far did we get with Lincoln? How long were you there?
My career, the timings of my career don't sound incredible, but I've had a very fast progression.
We're not saying you've jumped from job to job to job quickly. What we're saying is you've been very successful in a very short period of time.
Yeah, we'll call it that, yes.
And I think it's played to your strength, being the It's slightly gobby and girl that's going to give it back, you know. The Instagram page is obviously something that fits into that generational point that you're at that point as well.
There's a lot of people doing a lot more with the social media than I am. Especially my Instagram has slowed down a lot over the last few months. But at the same time, it's one of those where, no offense to Instagram, but that's not my priority at the minute.
Not really. Not at the moment.
No, not at all.
But you do a really good video on how to plug a little 45 amp plasma, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you.
Easy. God, yeah. Oh, the marketing. Oh.
Do you think that going to Lincoln was potentially the best thing you could have done?
Yeah.
At that point?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
No debate.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Lincoln taught me so much, not only just about like the world of sales, but the in-depth knowledge about machines that I think most welders don't ever get to learn.
The pioneers of the welding industry.
Yeah, literally. And I
love them or hate them.
Yeah, completely.
Love the products or hate the products or whatever.
Yeah.
The pioneers.
Yes.
Of the welding industry.
Yeah, and just being able, once you can understand like the Lincoln equipment, or you understand how that kind of works, functions, why you have these different things, the second then you talk about another machine, it completely goes, oh my God, yeah, I can relate to that and I can relate to this. And actually now everything with all those different brands now makes complete sense.
Did you ever weld on a Lincoln bullet?
No.
Yeah, you let me down now.
Yeah. Yeah, Lincoln. It was great.
And you were just a demonstrator going around with TIG machines, MIG machines.
So, I was a demonstrator at the start, and it was like a mix of, it would be like TIGs, MIGs. Sometimes if we had like shows and things, you would do cobot ones, stuff like that. I think I did maybe 1 or 2 hyperfill with the assistance of one of the other guys there.
Don't know. Who's he?
Oh, Mark Slater.
Don't know Mark.
Oh, he's head of...
Never met Mark.
Brilliant. Mark Slater. He's brilliant.
Never met Mark. But every bit of Lincoln equipment that I touched was either old or broken, or somebody didn't want to pay Lincoln to go fix it. My first ever knee-deep, elbow-deep dive into a Lincoln was a Lincoln Bullet. Then I was working on SA 650s that had been coupled up to sub-arc systems.
Lovely.
I'd had a really good apprenticeship, like dragged up on Lincoln stuff, then the little T20s that you speak about. Fixing those. And obviously Lincoln progressed into a different sector of the market. Because before that, Lincoln were very, very high-end, really expensive, pretty much based on the American side of products.
Yeah.
You know, big and heavy duty.
Yeah, they've always got that kind of thing about them, like, we are American.
Yeah.
We are a big, industrial, heavy American brand.
And then the Besta range kind of came into play, which is before your time, you know, and that gave Lincoln a different viewpoint and a different capture point as well of the market.
Yeah.
It was slightly cheaper stuff. Wasn't as expensive as like the Power Wave stuff and the bigger stuff of time gone by. And then you've got the GYS.
Yes, GYS.
How did we get to, right? Because this is, at this point, we're not even 10 years in.
No. This is what's crazy. Welcome to my life. So when Lincoln was changing and there was a lot happening, and the point I was kind of in my career, like I still wanted to be in the sales world because I was really enjoying that. Okay,
and while just skipping back, while you were at Lincoln, if you did really well in sales as a demonstrator, did that look?
I ended up moving from a demonstrator to a technical sales rep.
Right. So you were working on a commission-based salary at that point as well?
Yeah, there's loads of factors that come into it. But yeah, I was actually a technical sales rep covering like the lower part of the north.
Okay.
So I enjoyed that for the time being. But as Lincoln started to change, I wasn't at the right point in my career to carry on with the way Lincoln was going.
Okay.
So it just wasn't the right fit for me. So I decided to look at somewhere else, and someone had said to me, why don't you consider GYS?
So that was said to you? Somebody actually said that to you?
Yeah. At the time, I'd heard of GYS before. I'd seen like the odd few machines here and there when I'd been like out on the road myself, but I didn't know GYS at the time.
Okay. So then you went for a chat?
I'd basically, they had a job offer online, and
okay.
I'd gone online, done like all the paperwork shit that you fill out.
All the crap?
Yeah, put my CV in, all of this, and then I'd not heard anything straight away, and someone...
I'm great at unboxing videos on Instagram. Please use me.
Hashtag Yasmin.
Choose me.
Oh, God, no. I'm quite happy to sit in the back row. So for me, yeah, I was literally... I'd not heard anything. I thought... Someone had said, just send an email in and say that you've applied for a position and you'd
not
like to have it.
Anything.
Yeah. So I did it, and
path of least resistance there.
Yeah. See you later.
I'll just leave it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'd sent the email saying, look, I've sent this in. Like, can we have a conversation or something? And then that day it was literally like, yep, we'd love you to come down whenever you're available. Like, hopefully this week, can we have a conversation? So that I did. I went down, had a conversation with my now boss and the managing director about everything. And my one rule was, I'm not considering anything until I try a piece of equipment. Because that was...
Really?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I feel like if you're a welder and you understand equipment and you know if you pick up a torch and you're going to strike up, you're going to know if it's nice or not from that first ignition.
How many people do you think that? I'm going to be honest, like the amount of people that jump about from job to job to job to job in the welding industry.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know what it's like globally, but the UK seems to be a bit of a cattle market.
Yeah, I can't say anything.
Well, I just look at people that's been in the industry forever and they've all kind of done the rounds.
The circle.
Yeah? I wonder how many's actually asked and said that. I genuinely wonder.
I'd personally like to know, just out of like...
I think a lot of people would tell you they have. I bet there's a lot of people that tell you they have that they haven't.
Maybe. Well, for me, it was important because maybe it's because I haven't got enough of a filter, but I don't want to...
And obviously your reputation from Instagram, right?
Oh yeah, obviously the Instagram reputation with all of my followers.
10, 11,
15.
Last week.
Yeah.
Last check.
It'll have dropped to 12 now. But yeah, so I said like, yep, I want to try a piece of equipment, and so they said like, look, yeah, if you want to try something,
try some stuff,
have a go. Do you know what? I wasn't one of those. I don't need to try your entire range. I don't need to know everything. Because at the end of the day, at that moment, I was still a competitor.
Sure, yeah.
In the reality of it, I was still a competitor. So I'd said, I want to try one of the TIG machines.
Yeah, it's always a good call.
Yeah. You can always tell. I feel like you can tell a brand from a TIG machine.
From a good TIG.
Yep. So, I tried one of the titaniums.
So that would have been an older generation, would it, at that point?
No, it would have been...
The same one that I've tried?
Same one as you've tried, but it'll have had older software on it.
Okay.
But yeah, the same one that you tried. I literally tried the little 230 amp because all the time I've been welding...
They're chopping some shit out of that fucking Austin Healy next door, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
Fucking hell, I told them, turn it down.
Yeah, I ain't got indoors left.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, the one machine that I've always used throughout my entire welding career has been a 200 amp TIG welder.
AC/DC?
Minimum DC.
Right, okay.
That's the machine that I've used throughout my career.
Predominantly mild steel and stainless yourself then?
Yeah, originally.
A little bit of alloy.
Yeah, I'd done a lot of aluminium in preps for the college stuff and for the world skills.
Okay.
And then When I moved to Ginetta, that was a lot more aluminium.
Okay, sure. Yeah, keep the weight down for the car and stuff.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so at this point, I had a nice range to work with.
So what would you have, in your head, this is a good question, what would you have compared in your head when you strike up with the GYS machine for the first time? What are you actually comparing it against?
Just every machine that I've tried that's at the same kind of amperage level. So you know how any TIG welder knows there's a certain weld that they probably could do with their eyes closed, and they could probably set it up with their eyes closed on their own machine.
Right, okay.
I feel like there's always one setting someone knows, like as a welder.
Mark with a bit of Tipex.
Yeah.
On the older ones.
Yeah.
Black marker pen.
Yeah. My managers were white marks, mine were yellow.
I always said it there.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's always like, if I do this I don't know, this like fillet weld, stainless steel, free mill, bam, I know I'm that amps. So you can tell
Give or take, you know that you're going to be there. The ballpark
yeah.
figure,
I feel like I'm, for the sake of testing a machine, I know that I'm going to be around that mark so that I can strike up. I know I can feel if it's smooth.
Okay.
I can feel if it's how I think that a machine should run, if you know what I mean.
How many different TIG machines have you used at this point?
At that point,
Yeah, like honestly, how many different brands, ranges, age groups of machines do you think you'd physically had the opportunity of using when you first struck up with that GYS machine?
One.
And this isn't
Six.
So this isn't to catch you out, but it's purely to kind of put into perspective that you'd already used 6.
Yeah, so I'd used the larger 3-phase EWMs at college, the small ESABs.
Because we had at that college, we had 230s. We only had 230 ACDCs.
Not at Selby.
No, because I put them in.
At Wakefield, I'm talking about, at the EWMs.
So the 300 amps there.
So yeah, so Wakefield had the EWMs. I'd done the JASIC myself at a company I worked at Relentless on site.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd used the ESAB as well, as we'd hired an ESAB out.
We had 230s at Selby College.
Yeah.
EWMs at Selby College. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then the...
They even had some technical arc TIG welders at Selby as well.
Yeah, they did.
So that's a different brand as well.
Yeah. They did.
So
my God, I forgot about those. Yeah, the Artec.
Did they have an Artec?
No, Relentless had an Artec as well.
Right, okay.
So Relentless had an Artec, the JASIC. I'd already used the EWM, the little ESAB one. I feel like I should know. It's not the Rogue, is it? Or is it with the old version of the Rogue?
I don't know. I never go down the...
The small 200 amp yellow one. That one. It's the little DC TIG.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd used that one. I've lost count now. The Artec, obviously the Lincoln, the Artec. Wait, no. Jesus Christ. The Artec, the EWM, the Lincoln, the JASIC, the ESAB, and then the...
Technical arc.
Yeah, the Tech Arc one. No, there'd been another as well. What the hell was it? Oh, I actually had used a super, super old little GYS one. I take it back. I'd used a tiny little, the old yellow one.
So that'd have been a yellow one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that was in Warburton's. They had it in Warburton's as part of for their repair machine.
So you kind of went in and used it, and
I didn't even realise it was GYS till years later when I joined GYS and I saw a picture of one. And I was like,
used one of them?
Yeah, literally. I was like, no way.
So you've used 7 machines.
Well, then there you go. Yeah,
and then you crack up with their flagship, so the Titanium is a flagship machine.
Yeah,
for
definitely.
GYS. And are you sold at that point? Are you like, I think I can do something?
Yeah, definitely. I like the Titanium a lot, even just its general welding. I remember having quite a bit. It wasn't just like a 2-minute thing. I was like, I'm having a go now. Now I like it. It feels smooth. It feels well handled. Like just the way the arc shifts and moves, everything. I was happy with it. At the point I was at, I thought, yep, that's really nice. Had a play with it. And I was like, you know what? If this is your 230 amp, like advanced TIG, I'm interested to see what else you've got. Definitely.
And how long have you been at GYS?
So I think I got this wrong the other day. And me and Neil Burton were both like, oh my God. So I think it's been about a year and 8 months, if a bit more.
All right, not too long.
No, not long at all.
You've not got your application filled out for anywhere else yet, have you?
No, absolutely not. I'm very, very happy at GYS.
Very happy at GYS.
Very happy at GYS, yeah.
And at a point as well where they're really expanding as a company, like massively.
Yeah, one of the big things for me, like moving to GYS, and that someone else had actually said to me, was the growth potential of that business is massive, and people do speak about that the growth potential of that business is huge. That, to me, not only did I like the machine, but that to me was a massive incentive as well, down to the fact that I thought, this is a company that I can grow with.
And help grow, help.
I hope I help, but...
Here we go, there's bottom coming out of that Austin Healy now. I think he's putting a new grind in. It sounded a bit more high pitched. He's put a new blade in his grinder.
Yes, that's definitely a new blade.
And how do you feel now? All this time in, now you're working at GYS, because some people would class that, and I'm speaking about if I went to GYS, he's stepping down a bit there, you're going backwards a bit there. Did you feel it as a back step going from Lincoln to GYS? Did you feel it a side shift? Because, when they first came into the UK, I'm not saying anything out of term here.
No.
They had some machines that weren't great.
Yeah. Yellow is no longer a thing.
I think yellow.
The yellow no longer exists.
It's gold, and we're only golden.
Yeah.
Golden.
So, do you know what? People did actually say it to me, and I was like, I see where you're coming from. Because from that, like, outside window looking in, I think quite often people did think, oh my God, she's taken a big step back. And there was little points where I kind of thought, have I taken a step back? But at the same time, I was really enjoying it. So I didn't really have time to think about the whole step back because I was enjoying it.
Okay. Because if let's take the biggest mover of Fronius kit in the UK. Let's take, I don't know who that is, but let's take that particular company and say, right, something's gone wrong with that relationship and you're now selling GYS. I think within the welding industry, a lot of people would say, oh, that's a bit of a step backwards. I'm going to let you fight the corner now. I'm going to let you put the boxing gloves on.
Oh, give me a glove.
Get the gloves on. Tell me why you think it's not.
Do you know what? Because as much, I think people don't actually see what GYS truly is. And by that, I mean, like...
And let's just be honest, I've said categorically, if you start singing praises and doing no but talk about GYS, I'm not going to publicise this show and you're getting kicked
cancelled.
Out. Get out. But I'm asking the question. And I think, so let's hear exactly what you think.
Honestly, it's well over €1 billion company, and not only do people not see like the amount of like R&D and the amount of people constantly in this business, and not just in the UK but in France, constantly wanting to grow the product, develop it, make it even better to target other sectors where they're struggling or there isn't products available. It's seeing how much work GYS put in and the way that they are trying to serve their customers, which I think is the big thing that big players, like you say, maybe selling like Fronius or EDM Kempe, whatever, are now really starting to go, you're actually a genuine contender. And unlike how some brands are struggling, whether that be financially or staff or whatever it could possibly be, GYS has just spent £6 million on a brand new building because we haven't got the space anymore.
That's for the UK alone, isn't it?
That's the UK alone. There's currently a new building, I believe, going up in Spain or Italy as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then we've got I think they're even putting another one up, a whole brand new GYS subsidiary as well somewhere else in the world.
Pretty much. Oh, we're knocking something into that Austin Healy now, aren't we?
Now he's getting beaten.
Oh, he's not that good, is he, with that welder? It's bent a bit.
That's the torch for you to fix later.
That's it. I don't do up from next door. I think they're still using super glue and silicon sealer tubes to put their cars together.
Bitumen, like that.
So it's a good contender. You're happy there. Yeah. You're doing well. Are you... So this is a good one. You're going out there now with GYS. And people, as you say, are turning around and saying, actually, GYS are a contender against EWM, Fronius, Miller, Kempe, Lincoln. So are you getting to use everybody's stuff now? A lot more than you did?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, sometimes if someone will say to me, like if I'm doing a demonstration, a customer says like, can you try my machine when we're talking about the difference?
Okay.
Sometimes I'll use them then. And I've got certain people that'll say to me, oh, Yasmin, come and have a go with this machine. Like I've got a couple of friends that I'll like help them here and there, like with their welding stuff that they're doing. So in those cases, I'll try other machines, but normal day to day, no, I'm not, because I'm focusing on the GYS product.
Okay. How good is it?
GYS products?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to feel how they want to feel about them.
But that's the same for every single product,
exactly.
isn't it? That's every single product.
I genuinely do love the GYS stuff, and there's been some stuff in there. So best one, we do a little 160 amp stick welder, right?
Okay.
And I call it the hairdryer because...
Do you have one of them?
Honestly, it's brilliant. It's this tiny little stick machine, and I had to do a marketing video on it.
How tiny? Like what?
Look,
right, okay.
just a little box. My hairdryer is bigger. My hairdryer is bigger than this machine.
Right.
And I had to do a marketing video on it, and I was like... I've got to do a marketing video on 160 amp. I was like, oh, right, okay, like it'll be fine, whatever. And it's got like little features built into it. And
what, like, does it have like? Can you put it on cool?
It's
for
got,
when you want to cool you?
It'd be great.
Yeah.
It's got a little hot start feature, all this anti-sticking, those kind of things. And they were telling me the facts about it, and I'm like, oh right, yeah, okay. You know, it doesn't sound bad, and for what it is, like that sounds like an all right little product, yeah. And literally just had to like do a little quick weld for this video, just a quick strike up with it, and I struck it up, and I was like, shit, that's smooth. Like, to the point I got the marketing guy to strike it up to see if I could either pull someone who doesn't weld, who hasn't got a clue, to see if he could strike it up as well. And as soon as he did, I thought, I don't know whether I'm embarrassed or happy. I've just got slightly hype over 160 amp stick welder. And it was that kind of that eye opener for me, thinking, I deal with 400 amp machines every day, and I'm always talking about 400 amp machines, but then to actually see the other end of like the masses of machines we sell, to see the other end and actually go, do you know what? Even that 160 amp little put it on your shoulder hairdryer, however
expensive it is.
Yeah. To actually just be that smooth, it was like that kind of moment of, do you know what? That's, as weird as it sounds, that's what one thing that did impress me, just down to the fact like everyone talks about having big, impressive 400 amp machines.
Because that really, in reality, that should be shit.
Yeah, as bad as it sounds, yes, it should be shite.
That should be absolutely...
Yeah, dog shit.
Fucking hell, I'm not using that again.
Yeah,
Don't tell anybody else we've got that.
Yeah, I've used 3.2s and now I can't use it anymore, 15 minutes.
A blunt fuse and we've maxed it out.
Yeah, but no, absolutely smashed it. And I thought, you know what, weirdly, that's actually the thing that's one of the top things that has genuinely impressed me. And people will think I'm crazy for that. I could say 100 other things that impressed me about the high-end machines, but that was the one that really stuck with me. And even to this day, when we have customers in and I'm showing them machines, I always say, I'll always show the 160p every time. And I've even had customers come in and say, oh, I can't weld, so there's no point me doing it. I'm like, you're the one that's going to strike up then. You're the one that's doing it because it's a piece of piss. Here you go.
It's like using an hairdryer.
Yeah, honest to God, it is. Just boom, you're in. That's it. Go. Yeah, so things like that. I'm all about the little things in life, and that was one of those little things in life where I thought, that's fucking class.
Which is, that's like really humble as well, isn't it? You know, you've not turned around to me and go, do you know what? Like, we've got this machine, it does this, that, and other. It's got everything on it. It's got a fucking plasma built in. It's got this. It runs off a 12-volt battery with 5,000 amps, and you know, it even puts your screen down for you. Like, and you've not come with that. You said, I've got this little machine. Like, find it under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Santa sometimes might bring you one at Christmas if you ask for it.
I might ask for one at Christmas. Watch Christmas bonus, Yasmin, 160p.
Bruno might send you one.
Bruno, please send me one. Let me just take it off the shelf.
Because I think something that I do look at is GYS has been in the UK market space for about 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's come far in 10 years to a point now where people are considering it.
Oh, yeah.
Some people might think that, they're only considering it on price. But then when you look at some products, your price is very similar to like an EWM or Fronius product. Yeah. Don't look quite as good, though, does it?
It looks better.
Do you think?
Yeah. If that camera turned around and they saw that one there.
Yeah, but how old is that?
It doesn't. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered.
There's 3 EWMs there. The one at the back, that came from York, actually.
They did.
Yeah. They all look like that from York.
Yeah, I bet they do.
They do.
Send the people.
That'll be 10 years old.
Yeah.
It needs a fan. Right, so it's 10 years old, it needs a fan.
Look at him trying to justify it.
And a new primary cable that's been chopped in half by the user.
I actually like the look of the GYS ones. I do, to be honest. I like the look of the TIGs. I think the titaniums are sleek. The Kryptons are very, very site-based. So they are box machine.
This is what you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly what you see is what you get. Bam, that's it. But I love the Cosmos and the...
Because that's a new machine.
The Cosmos is our latest machine that's come out. Yeah,
and
definitely.
You reckon you can go toe-to-toe with like Fronius and EWM with that, do you?
Yeah, we've recently were against Fronius on a demonstration. We've been up against EWM on quite a few occasions with it. And so far, we've done well with it. We've done well.
Do you find it's a price point? Are you cheaper in some cases, or is it?
In some cases, yeah, we might be cheaper than other brands, like in a range, but we're not. From what I know, we're not a million miles away pricing. No, we're still in the ballpark.
That TIG welder isn't that much cheaper.
No.
Than a Tetrix XQ230.
No, but people think that like solely relies on that brand name. And that's the one thing I actually kind of enjoy about GYS, because people think, I don't really know GYS. I've not really heard of them. Are they French? Are they Chinese? You know, what even are they? What's going on? And then I can come in with a titanium and show them the technology that's in it and what we actually have. Yeah, and that's that perspective change that I enjoy.
To be fair, I can tell whose machines have been pulled apart when that one were built. I can completely tell.
Yeah.
And also, there's always going to be, isn't there, a personal preference of the person that's pulling the trigger.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't matter how good your stuff is.
Oh, no.
Or how amazing it looks, or how shit it looks.
No.
Some people will not buy. It'll have to be orange, or it will have to be blue.
Yeah. I, years ago, had the Relentless first job where I was at, the TIG machine we had was, I can't even remember what JASIC it was, but it was a little JASIC, 200 amp. Like
so it'd have been one of the older generation ones.
Yeah, with the one little dial.
One little dial, so that'd have been I think it'd have only been a 180.
It might have been a 180 to be fair.
Yeah, 180.
Oh, it definitely was a 180.
180 DC, I think it had
Absolutely
two knobs on the front.
Yeah, the bigger one, the little one.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Literally amps. That's basically it. And the amount of times, like, we'd kicked that thing down a set of stairs, because, like, fuck carrying it back down, just kick it down, let it roll, sorry to the service people. But because it always took a beating, it didn't matter. We would lower that thing via the cables on site, you know, that's just sadly sometimes how it's done. We would do all that shit, and back then, like, I wouldn't have wanted any other machine, because that was the one I liked, that's the one we used, that's the one I was comfortable with, and then that was kind of it for a while.
And you could make it do what you needed it to do.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I think that's the point, isn't it, now, with gear?
Yeah.
That the stuff that's shit is really, really shit, And I get these phone calls. I've just bought a machine. Yeah, how can I help you? Well, it doesn't seem to work. How much did he pay for it? 98 quid.
Temu.
Yeah. And where did he buy it from? Actually, I have had a Temu one and I've had an Amazon one. Like, just send it back. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that one. And I think stepping away from that, everything else is at a pretty decent level now.
Yeah.
I don't really think. Aaron, my mate Aaron, I love you. He's now shaved his hair.
Love that.
And he's lost loads of weight.
Bless him.
Like, he just looks like a different man. Aaron Cooper. It's like a, well, what's your name and where do you come from?
Is it?
Yeah, I love Aaron. And he's so knowledgeable. And he said the same thing, that going about and doing his job, he's predominantly hard-facing specialist.
Yeah.
Like, looks at, like, he's a geek in it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
love it.
And the stuff that he gets, he just wants to put his wire on the machine and set it at his settings and weld with it to demonstrate that it does a good job.
Yeah.
And he says that really now, in the grand scheme of things, there's not really a bad machine.
No, I don't really think there is. Like, machines you're always going to get, like you said, the preference of someone liking one more than the other for whatever the reason may be.
And there might be a particular brand that try to market themselves at something they're not. I think that's bad. That's bad marketing.
Yeah. I think as well, you get people specifically wanting like specific synergies, specific waveforms for, like, obviously a lot of brands have their own niche in whatever way it may be.
Is that you?
That is me.
Oh, that's you. You're buzzing.
Yeah.
It's like pick a microphone. It's
Yeah.
Have you turned that off for your phone? You're like something from Star Trek.
It's on my watch.
I shout at mine. Fucking shut up. I love that. Mine only buzzes if it's my mum or Oliver, to be honest. How much of a fucking machine does he look at the minute?
Who?
Oliver.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, he had a good session last night, to be fair.
Bless him. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Jeez,
it's
chaos.
chaos.
I know, sorry.
I'm a nightmare. You are half, love.
I know. I've already expected it.
So back to it, we were saying there ain't really a bad machine. There's going to be a preference. And if it is a bad machine, it's going to be a bad machine. And I think sometimes stuff's marketed wrong. So like if our machine's 200 amps and it's AC/DC and it'll do exactly what that one does. But then you've got to take into account, it doesn't turn off and it runs 24/7.
Yeah.
And these guys are going to knock fuck out of it.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah. And then you're going to turn around and go, do you know what? We should have fucking stayed with that Fronius.
Yeah.
Because there's no, your machine that's a third of the price or two-thirds of the price isn't going to cut it.
No, and this is it. I think it's one of those, like, people, you find, as a demonstrator, I find there's a lot of people that just buy a brand for the sake of it's that brand. Like, they don't actually know what the ins and outs, what the benefits are, what the features are of having that specific machine. They just want, best example, I was once gone to a customer when I was demonstrating for Lincoln, and I'd gone with the sales rep and we'd gone to speak to the guys to talk about basically, what are you looking for in a product?
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Yeah.
And we'd gone down and I'd spoke to, like, he was talking with the main bosses and stuff, and I was just speaking to the welder about basically what the products they were making, what they were doing. And I said to him, I was like, so basically what you're looking for, why do you want a Lincoln? He was like, because it's a Lincoln. And I was like, no, but why do you want a Lincoln? And that was the only answer he could give me, because it's a Lincoln. Now, I get that completely, because it's a Lincoln.
Yeah.
We all understand. Anyone that's used a Lincoln or knows Lincoln understands what he means by that. But it's then where you say to people, when you're not Lincoln, tell me why. Because I get it these days now at GYS as a maybe not always a commonly known brand. People say to me, I want EWM, I want Fronius because of it's them. Because it's EWM, because it's Fronius, because it's Kempe, because it's Larch. And I'll say to them, well, I tell you what, fair enough, but also if I can show you that this machine that I've got from GYS is easily at the level of these machines, at least let me have a seat at the table. It's like often with distributors, like sometimes distributors are harder to talk to about it than end users. And to show, we've had some great success with the Cosmos with it, but to sit down and show a distributor and go, look, it's more than just the sake of being 400 amp meg. 400 amp meg.
And I get that. I do get that. I think sometimes, I think you've got a really good point. I think you've got a really good niche of how you do it.
I hope so.
Because you've gone in there without slagging anybody else off. Number one, I think that number one gives you a gold star.
Thanks.
That's your energy supplier.
Yeah.
That'll be energy supplier. Somebody phoned up asking for my dad the other day. Like, he's been gone 3 years. Like, you know, he's not
going to call you back.
He's not had gas and electricity off you for about 3.5 years.
Oh, bless.
I just, because a lot of people in this industry, and I see it, and people have got that perception then.
Yeah.
That maybe a machine weren't that good back in the day at some point, and it still carries that weight. And then maybe you offer that machine, I'm not fucking having one of them, fucking shite. And then I go to a different level where before I think about any machine, I'm going to take it to pieces. I'm going to have a look at it. I want to know, little things are really important to me.
Yeah.
How they make the circuit boards, how they've designed the inverter to work, what frequency we're chopping it. Not frequency of the output or the pulse, and what frequency we're chopping the IGBTs.
Yeah.
What are we doing? And what's it like efficiency wise? You know, when it's in pulse, has it got loads of back EMF? Is it a bit nasty on the mains?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we creating harmonics? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm really interested in, and that's where, from an engineering point of view, when you look at a cheaper machine, quite often all these little things, because they're the things that are going to cause you a problem.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, the inconsistency of build quality.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But also, flip it on the other side. How quick can you get older stuff at the minute? Just like, I don't know what's going on with the world. I thought everything had sorted itself out.
No,
we got through COVID. We had a really hard time of like people blaming everything on COVID. It's hard to get older stuff, like within a good time scale at the minute.
Yeah, at the minute, we're not really suffering too much in that respect.
Because you got a big building that's full of stuff twice a week, is that right?
Yeah. No, being honest, it's more down to France, actually.
Getting stuff to you.
Because we make so much of our...
Because you make everything, don't you?
Basically, everything.
Everything. You do, let's be honest, though, there is a range of stuff that's made by GYS, but it might be a Chinese product. It's made in China. No.
So even the Chinese products that come out of China for GYS are made in GYS Shanghai.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it's GYS. It's not just made in a different
It's not made in a factory that's made with 3 other different types of brands and things.
15. 20. 35. No, it's GYS.
Yeah.
In China.
Yes. GYS Shanghai.
It's your company. Yeah. It's just you make that product, that particular product.
To be fair, I found out last week that apparently there's like about 20% that's made in GYS Shanghai goes to Europe. All the other 80% actually just stays in China.
In China?
Yeah, goes to China, all in that kind of region.
It makes sense from a shipping stuff around the world perspective, wouldn't it? Let's have a great big factory that looks after our Chinese market. Yep.
And then 20% of it or around that number comes over. But
but all your high-end stuff, like your Cosmos, which is new, which I've not seen.
Absolutely everything high-end is all
comes
France.
from France.
Yeah.
And you've got a really good range of top-end, high-end research and development engineers and production engineers. Yeah,
we've got R&D out the wazoo, man.
Out the wazoo? What the fuck is that?
It's off a Disney film. I can't remember what it's off. But yeah, we've got, hundreds of R&D people constantly working. To be fair, the reason I actually know that for myself is because I saw them when I'd been over, but because they are constantly asking for feedback. When I say constant growth, oh my God, do I mean it? They're really serious about, they want to know what what the end users think, what we think about it. Every new machine that comes out is tested by every subsidiary. That includes me for the UK, and then every single other one we've got.
Yeah, because you asked me about synergic curves, and you asked me about stuff like that, didn't you? I want your feedback.
Yeah, for us, that's important because, like, shell casing, anyone can change a shell casing any day. If it's the same machine inside, the shape of the outside isn't going to do anything. So for us, like, our machines look the way we look. We often do a little rechange in name, or we might make a screen bigger, but everything is highly focused on the software.
And the internals.
Yeah, obviously the build as well, but we've tried to kind of, from what I can see of GYS, from the old stuff I didn't really know before I started.
Started with battery chargers, didn't they? Is that how it started? Like battery charging equipment?
I think so. Like
way back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because there's 3 divisions. So there's battery, industrial welding, and then collision repair.
Right, yeah, which is a market in its own.
Yeah. Completely. The battery charging side and the collision repair as part of the industrial welding team. I'll do little bits for battery charging because they deal with a lot of agricultural places. So we often will look at smaller machines for agricultural companies. And then same again, like I'll do car body stuff on the rare occasion for like TIG welding for when they want to do like alloy wheels and stuff.
When they're allowed to and stuff, because you can't even touch some cars anymore, can you?
No. So we often do it for like, I'll often do like demos for like small body shops that just want to do like basic repairs with a TIG because the MIG's just a bit aggressive, they've got small. We had a guy once that was literally like
repairing Austin Healers.
Yeah. This is it. But so it's one of those really.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully still in welding. Do you know what? I'm not sure. And someone asked me something similar recently. And I said, I don't really know, but I feel like I've had so much kind of progression and change so quickly over the last few years.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I've had so much change so quickly that I really, really want to settle with GYS.
Really?
I'm not... Like, don't hurt me, GYS.
You guys getting married?
Don't worry, GYS. I'm not saying I'm going tomorrow. But no, I really want to grow in my role and develop into it. And the things that I do as part of my day-to-day job, I really, really enjoy. Like, I've got a great line of open communication with France, speaking to people about really technical information, technical data, like maybe projects or something that we're running that I need support with. I've got direct communication to the people that I need the support from. And also when the CEO just calls you to check out how like the new synergic lines are going and things like that, like it's great to have that kind of level of communication with somebody. Like I'm way down there. I'm way in pecking order. I'm low, but yet you still have the joy of like a CEO calling you and saying, can you give me your opinion on this, Yasmin? Like, for me at the moment...
So you made it.
Yeah, it's nice, it's great. And that's why right now, I don't know what 10 years is where I might be in 10 years, because right now, I just want to grow with GYS for the time being.
That's cool.
That was the sad answer, but it's the true answer, though, at the same time.
It's a good one. I think it's a really good answer. But next question. Quick fire.
No.
What is the best welding machine you've ever used on the planet? Like, and it can be that 160. It can be that Jasic that got swung round like a hairdryer. You just what you like, and it doesn't matter. GYS aren't going to be bothered if it's not a GYS.
I know, I know.
And I'm sure Lincoln's not going to be bothered if you say like something else. But
do you know what? These kinds of, if you think I haven't asked this multiple times, you're wrong. I can
tell from your response.
Because this kind of question's a hard question, I think, personally, because I've tried so much and so many different machines have so many benefits compared to others.
I'm really glad you've said that, because every single machine's got a slight benefit, hasn't it?
That's what I mean. So to say, so I might say for stainless steel is one, for carbon steel is another. For aluminium, it's a completely different one.
Yeah, good.
So I feel like I haven't...
Hey guys, she's good. I like it.
I feel like I can't have a favourite. And maybe if you'd have asked me 5-6 years ago, I probably would have had a favourite, but I didn't know.
Which would have been 5 years ago? What would it have been?
Do you know what? Yeah, it would have probably been at that point the Lincoln Power Tech. But at that point, I'd not really. Oh no, Speed Tech, yeah. But at the same point, I'd not
really used much of the stuff that
I'd not used advanced equipment like that before.
Or much of it. So you used that one, and that would probably be
that'll have probably been one of the most advanced, like that had a full screen and everything on it. You know, that was probably one of the most advanced ones that I'd used. But yeah, now I honestly don't think I could tell you, just because, like you say, so many. Every brand's got kind of their own thing that they're really, really good at. Like, do you know what? I'll happily say, like, so I love the titanium GYS on aluminium, but I loved the EWM on stainless.
One of the EWM Tetrix XQ has got one of the fucking most outstanding strikes on DC. Like it's fucking unrivaled. But then, I like this conversation. You drag a TPSI on aluminium.
Yep.
Don't matter if it's fucking 1 mil or 1.6.
Yeah.
Right. I will tell you now. Yeah, fucking bye everybody.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. This is why I like to just say
you can't
that's my favourite.
Because
and
this
also
is
I've
where
not tried everything. Which I feel like if you're saying you know the best welding machine you've ever used, have you tried everything?
I've tried a lot. I've seen a lot of shit.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
See, that's the difference for me. Like sometimes with the MIG stuff, I've not tried as many different MIG models. I've probably tried every brand, but I've not tried like loads of different models.
Yeah, and I think
like I've tried the lower end of the Megatronic ones. I've not tried any of the advanced ones. And like same with, there's quite a few Ferronius machines that I've tried more Ferronius TIGs than I have Ferronius MIGs.
Okay, and if we're talking DC TIG, right? Most people will say to you, a DC TIG's DC TIG.
Yeah.
Until you strike up with a Tetrix XQ on DC, there's nothing comes close. But then the titanium on Ali is lovely, and also the ability to kind of do the fusion welding with it.
Yeah.
Where you don't need,
Yeah.
Which is obviously, I know where that's been derived from. You can see where they've got those ideas from.
They've done it well.
But it welds amazingly.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
But you cannot turn around and say, I don't think now, especially now where we are, that machine's best at absolutely everything on the planet.
Yeah, you definitely can't. In my opinion, if I was at a demonstration or if I was somewhere and someone said that to me about a machine, I'd immediately think fucking bollocks, because everyone has got their own thing, but there is no way that thing is doing absolutely everything, and it can be every single other brand, and it's like top of the chain completely and utterly, because just like you said earlier, even if it is, there's still going to be someone that's going to prefer the other one.
EWM Taurus.
Straight in.
No pulse. 4-stack. If you're doing structural stuff and it's 1.2 wire and you're banging it in, right?
Yep.
It's a great machine. It's not got pulse. It's got some really good processors on there.
Yeah.
But you can't say it's best. It's good at one particular job.
Yeah.
Or a few different sectors.
Yeah. And this is it, isn't it?
And if you were, like, some people won't use anything other than Miller.
Yes, completely.
There seems to be some golden halo.
There is.
When it comes to guys doing aluminium.
Yeah.
Like the Polish guys all want Kempe for Ali.
Yeah.
Like you go to, and it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
But you will very rarely get somebody as honest as us who says, do you know what? That's a good machine, but that's also good.
Yeah, I think
Fucking hell, is that sandwich van that's coming now?
I know. He's doing full 4-point turn.
No, it's Richard. It'll be fucking turning around in circles.
Bless.
Where did I come in?
Oh dear. But yeah, I think I personally would feel like if I were to say, like, it's like, I'll be honest, I love the titanium. No matter 400 amp, 320, 230.
That is your
GYS.
TIG welder of choice.
Yeah. And I always say to people, like, I've not got the badge on today, but cover the badge. If I was to step away, like, if I started my own welding business tomorrow.
Oh, do you use that line? Is that what you say?
Yeah.
I'm going to start.
Everyone's always like, oh, you're not starting your own welding business? No, I'm not starting my own business. I don't want my own business. Fuck off.
Unboxing videos.
Yeah, just. Sorry, that's what it'd be.
Here we
Unbox
go.
That.
You fucking unbox that.
But yeah, so that would be the one that I would be like, I need a TIG machine. I need it to be AC or DC. I need it to run off single phase. Yeah, whatever.
Having that.
Whatever, that's the one I'm having. Yeah, I would have a titanium, but just because I'd have one, I'm not going to say it's best machine of all time.
Nice.
Because I'm
honest.
I feel like it's just honest, because I feel like there is some people out there I hear about people that'll go speak to customers and they go, you should buy this machine because this is why they're shit, this is why they're shit, this is why they're shit. And then you stand there and you think, you haven't actually told me why you're any good. You've just told me why everyone's
everybody else is shit.
Yeah, and I think, in my eyes, right, I will tell you the best bits about this machine. I'm going to tell you its benefits. I'm going to tell you its features. I'm going to show you them. And then it's you to make a judgment call. I feel like for me to force it upon someone and be like saying, this is the settings you should use to run it. This is how you should do it. This is what you have to do it. You must buy this one because you need it. And I think, look, at the end of the day, I was at one point that person sat in a welding bay while someone's trying to show me a machine, and I'm thinking, you're not telling me anything good. You're just telling me why everything else is shite. So for me, like, my biggest thing for when I do my demos and training or whatever is always to be like, look, I want you to like this machine, and I'm going to try and do that by showing you the machine. And I will always say to people, if you think it's shit, tell me. But don't just tell me it's shit. You got to tell me why. Minimum, you have to tell me why. But I'm okay with you telling me it's shit because I've got 100 R&D people, it's probably way more than that.
It'll sort it out.
That want to make changes and improve it. So for me, I'm quite happy if you tell me it's shit or if you don't like this or that.
I don't like them fucking casters.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Shit like that, literally. But that's it.
It's a bit top heavy when I'm dragging it down fucking yard on cobbles.
Yeah, I'm going to say. But yeah, no, but shit like that's genuinely it. Like, people are like, oh, I don't like the torch. Like, that's fine. I'll chuck you another torch on, or do you know what, we can discuss it, but...
Bazza makes a really good one.
Barry makes a torch if you need one. But
on torch for you. Very flexible head.
Ready to go.
Oh, it's like the best.
Well, there's it. But you know what I mean, though? Like, I think there's nothing worse you can do than go into a demonstration, push something onto a customer, tell him that the machine he's been using for 15 years is a piece of shite. Because his fucking welds look all right, to be fair. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yes. Yeah. And this is it. Like, we see it a lot, but I always try and tailor it to... Yeah, I go in there with, you're a real person, I'm a real person. My job is to show you this and make you comfortable with this. Your job's just to weld with it and tell me what you think. And I think a lot of people sometimes will go into demonstrations with like this kind of, probably this mindset of, right, it's like it's serious, really. And like, you've got to be serious and you've got to be professional. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a human, you're a human. I'm going to, like, I had one the other day. I literally said to the guy, right, turn it on. This is how we run through it. That's how you make your changes. This guy's doing like high-end work, high-end pipe work. And he's like, yeah, right, I know my settings. And I was like, great, I'll let you dial all your own settings in. You know, crack on. Yeah, you know your gas, you know your upslope, your downslope. You have exactly what you need in your head. So I'll just let you plug it in. And you were like, oh, are you welding with it? I'm like, what's the point of me welding with it? Mate, you're going to be fucking using it. Yeah, I'm like, if you want something changing, I can guide you, I can help you, but you're the one using it. I want you to just crack on and do you. And he's like, oh, are you sure you don't want to put any settings in? I'm like, no.
I agree with that.
No. How is my setting for my welding going to benefit you?
Fucking turn everything to zero and get off the fucking machine. Leave it to me.
And that's it at the end of the day.
Leave it on Radio 1.
Yeah.
Leave it on Radio 1.
TalkSport.
Fucking TalkSport, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
Fucking hell.
No. Sometimes I have to listen to TalkSport because that's what's on, but
right,
that's all right. That's all right.
UFC's on this weekend, mate. You're fucked.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Football's on, isn't it?
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, I prefer,
I've already been
boxing's on. Boxing's on.
That's it. There we go.
So, ultimately, I think you've done pretty well in 10 years. Like, just if you look at it, this is your life. It gives you a big red book. And it's good that you've got a vision and you want to stay where you are because you can see it developing. Because that shows to me that you believe in what you... If you're willing to stay there, you fucking believe in it, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I do believe in GYS. I'm excited to see what the future holds for GYS, not only just like in the UK, but as a brand altogether.
Do you see yourself taking your boss's job one day?
Hoo-hoo. Neil Burton, watch out. No, I don't know. I don't really know. That's not necessarily.
Would that be somewhere where you'd like to be, or do you think you still want to be hands-on like you are now? A little bit.
I'd want to be in like a technical role. So like dealing with
hair dryers.
Yes, solely hair dryers, nothing else. No, I'd like to be like, I want to be in like a technical role because for me, like knowledge is the big one. Knowledge is the most important. Yeah, knowledge is one of the most important things. So like, I'd want to be in a technical role, whether that be. I don't necessarily think that would be my manager's role, but I would like to stay on the more technical, call it hands-on side. Maybe not welding specialist forever, but, you know.
Not wrong with that title either.
No, nothing wrong with that at all. But
you'll have to keep up to the squats, like pulling machines in and out of back at van when you're 80.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
I'm still cranking.
I'll have a winch at that point.
That's a good idea.
I'll have a winch in the back.
I'll just fucking winch it in.
But yeah, no. So I don't know where I'll go from this point, like onwards. I'll be with GYS, and I'd like to think I'll grow with GYS.
Imagine if they did like OnlyFans for welders, and it was just like all you did is you logged in, you paid your monthly subscription, and you could just look at your favourite welding machine. Like, I'm sure there'd be people making a diverse switch from Instagram to do that. In the welding industry, maybe
I will not have an account, and I won't be involved. I will not have an account. Won't be involved.
OnlyFans for welding equipment, so like you could log in and just look at EWMs all day, or you could log in and look at like Fronies stuff all day.
I mean, you can do that. Google, you know.
Yeah, but it's not got a good business model with it, has it?
Try it out. Try it out.
I don't know.
No, not.
I think you're doing well.
I'd like to think so.
I'm looking forward to seeing more from you.
Yeah, it'll more easy cut videos. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's always good.
Because GYS has got a nice little 45 amp easy cut plasma cutter.
Straight in.
I'm gonna show you. Did you practice that intro for like 15-20 minutes?
Do you know what?
Like it was like that, perfect.
People, like, I do these things and people are like, oh, you love the marketing, you love the social media. I absolutely hate it. But it's really good because it's good to have, like with this is like the people watching are watching. To me, it's just a conversation of me and you. Do you know what I mean?
It's good stuff.
Yeah. And, like, the marketing videos, when I changed roles, when I ended up going from technical sales to the welding specialist role at GYS, marketing, well done, Theo, absolutely slipped that straight into my new contract. So I'm straight.
Did you sign on the line for that, did you?
Yeah, yeah. If I wanted everything else that came with it, I had to sign on the line, so I did. Okay. But to be fair, like, our marketing team are brilliant and it's great. I really enjoy working with them. So, like, that's, not only is it, like, good for GYS for me to, like, put myself out there on, like, social media side to a comfortable degree.
Comfortable degree, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like, you know, flashing a show.
fucking
I'm not
what?
show. I'm not one of those. Like even my own Instagram page, like I'm not one of those. Some women welders are very flashy, and I'm just not. I'm the complete other end. Like if I could wear like a mask every video with just my head, like with the screen down, I definitely would.
Like Dead Mouse, a DJ, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I could definitely do something like
we'll
that.
get you a Dead Mouse helmet.
Just like a little.
Have you ever seen
like
Dead Mouse?
Yeah. I'm gonna say like a welded version.
Have you seen him live?
No, not live or anything like that. No.
Cool. I saw him at Creamfields once.
I bet that would be good. But yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
I'm not into. Yeah, as much as I do the marketing stuff, it's not like people have said to me, "Oh, would you be an influencer, Yasmin?" No,
Influencer.
no.
I don't think there's any longevity in that anymore. I think, and I don't know how you can influence people to spend big amounts of money on really expensive kit. I think it's got to be much more in depth than that. So
I think, to be fair, I think there's so many different influencers out there, and there is influencers, whether they're doing it for money or not, but influencers influencing, whether it be like brands or like products and models for the cash that comes with it.
Yeah.
But then there's the other half of them that genuinely like have technical knowledge and want to discuss. Like there's a few online that I speak to, that whether it be like Instagram or whatever, and they actually like, they want to know about advanced equipment and advanced technologies, advanced processes, or like automation.
Yes.
They're the one, and they actually want to tell people like, if you're doing this, here is a good tip. Here's a good tip, instead of being like.
But my point is, if you're going to spend £1 million on an automation system,
Oh my God, yeah.
it's not going to be down to a decision or something you've seen on Instagram. It's going to be a massive board of directors sat around the table looking. But also, like, if you spend $100,000 on 5 or 6 machines, it's going to be a similar thing.
Those people aren't the ones that are looking at the influencers. It's the people that are in. It's it's the general public. It's the hobby shops, the medium to like into some levels of heavy fabrication that are looking at.
I saw this on. I'm interested in.
Yes,
that's raised my kind of knowledge on that particular product. Yeah. I agree with that.
This is what I mean, and I think like marketing these days is such a big thing because social media is so big, and with social media being so big, like everybody's trying to market in different ways and do different things, like in order to try and
buy people to make their products look better.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I remember being asked in an interview once, like, "Oh, would you ever go and be an influencer?" And
Who asked you that?
I don't know if that's classed as confidential or not, but yeah, no, it was. Well, you've got an option of one of three, so it's one of my previous employers. Right. But yeah, I was asked, do you think you'd ever consider being, like, leaving this position to be an influencer kind of thing? And I was just, from the start, I was like, no, I personally have no interest in that. It's great to market yourself, and it's great to market the brand. Like, I work for a brand, I want to market it,
Yeah.
But for me to go and, to a degree, like solely market myself and make that my livelihood. Yeah, no. I've always been one of them. I
prefer to collect trolleys at Asda.
Do you know, get me and Aldi down that middle aisle, restocking that. But yeah, no, I think, that I wasn't made to do that at all. Plus, I can barely work a computer. I can barely, Do you know what? Everyone laughs at me in GYS because I can comfortably run you through a 400 amp welding machine with advanced processes, talk to you about materials.
Digital display.
Yeah, completely comfortable.
Uploading software.
Can add 2 cells on Excel. Like, honestly, I'm horrendous.
I've only just learned that, so there you go.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, my one of my bosses put all the forms that I have to fill out on my work phone home screen. So I click on the app and it takes me directly to a link that opens everything. Like, thank you, Neil. And Neil knows exactly what he did when he did that. And it was the right choice every time.
We all have strengths and weaknesses.
And a computer is not my strength at all.
I think it's pretty cool, mate, what you've done. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
Only one more question before
go
you
on.
go to kick you out.
Yeah.
If you could buy one car, what would it be?
This is where I'm
Money's no object. Money is no object.
I'm gonna get judged so hard.
No, like I think it's
It's by the view, by the people listening, probably.
because you're coming on again. Because I'll get you on again. I can ask you a different random question next time.
The judgment is going to be so strong, but it would be a Bentley Continental.
Would it?
Yes, it would be a Bentley Continental. And to be honest, this is what I got just for the other day.
What colour?
GT5. And it would be, obviously that's not the colour.
Would it be murdered out as well?
Or it would be like red leather seats, like all fancy. Like if I could, I'd have it like, do you know what? It's on the edge of criminal, and I'd have all the small detailing, the fine detailing would be the carbon fibre detailing. All the rest of it would just be like the deep black setup. Like I can see it in my mind. I can see her.
Neil Burton, get these bonuses sorted out.
I don't think I'll ever get a bonus that'll get me a Bentley Continental GT5, but that would be like, bam.
What's the equivalent welding machine?
Thank you, it's been great.
Yeah, I'll see you again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now on the Weld Like Bazza podcast, please welcome the one and only Bazza.